Hi everyone. So this video is mainly for people who inquired about my online classes for like Zoom or Facebook, or people who are interested in participating in a class. So basically it's more intended for people who maybe not done any yoga classes before, or basically new to yoga, just so I can explain a little bit about the class. So normally on Zoom the class would be 40 minutes, and on Facebook the class would be like 45 minutes, because there's no restrictions on Facebook. So basically, if you've not done yoga before, there might be some positions you will find difficult, and that's okay, because I will give you different modifications. And this video going to explain some of the different modifications. Normally in yoga, or not just yoga, but any type of class that you join, especially if you've not done any classes before, sometimes it normally takes about 4 weeks to gain any type of benefit. So it's important that come with like ever no expectations, and try to attend a class. Maybe give yourself like a 4 weeks, guide, a 4 weeks aim, and after 4 weeks then you will know if the class going to be beneficial for you or not, because sometimes a new activity takes like a bit of time to get used to anyway. Also remember, right, in the class, if there's any movements that feels uncomfortable for you, you just miss out. And then what people do in group classes, there might be a particular movements that you feel you shouldn't do, miss out. It's no big deal. People do that in group classes all the time. So it doesn't mean that you have to do every single movement in a class. You don't have to. Any movement you feel uncomfortable, miss out. Now, to be honest, it might even be that when you sign up for your first class, you might even find out that you're not participating much in a class, but that's okay. Because it might be where you might just want to sit down and watch the class, and that's fine, because you join in the class in your time. So don't feel disappointed if you sign up for like a 40-minute class and you might have only done 15 or 20 minutes. 15 or 20 minutes, completely okay. The next time you come, you might do 25 minutes. The next time you come, you might do 30 minutes. So I want you to come with that type of like philosophy. Yoga is not a competition. So you never need to force yourself into any type of position. It doesn't matter if you do 40 minutes on your first class. It doesn't matter whether you do 20 minutes or 15 minutes, okay? Especially if you've not done yoga before. But let me give you like a little example. Okay, let's say you're doing a yoga position, and I might say to everyone, okay, we're going to have our legs straight. Now think, if you've not done yoga before, unless you've done other things like maybe Pilates or martial arts or gymnastics, or you're just very natural flexible, you're going to find some positions difficult. So for example, you might not be able to reach towards your toes, but yoga's not about touching the toes. So look, let me show you from the side, because I feel you probably see me a bit better. Okay. Well, there we are. I'm telling everyone to get your legs together, and I'm giving options. And in a class, these would be the options I would give people. More difficult option would be you take hold of your feet, you pull your toes back, and you bring your elbows towards the floor. Now, some people will be here, okay, and some people will be here. And other people would have the knees bent, and you roll over. Now look, I'm still working my back, and even take hold of the bottom of my feet. I'm still giving myself a back movement, okay? So see the way yoga can be modified, okay? It can be modified for you. So that's just like an example on one position, if you couldn't keep your legs straight, you have your knees bent. Okay. Never be put off by flexibility, okay? Never be put off by flexibility. Let's say we had our legs wide, okay? And let's say you can go this wide and you felt comfortable, but let's say you couldn't stretch forward with your legs straight. What you do, you have your knees bent. And look, knees bent, roll over your legs. And to be honest, nice, comfortable position, rolling up, rolling down, knees bent. But obviously, some people will have the legs wider and some people will be able to get the head towards the floor. But again, that's not the purpose of yoga. Yoga class is all about you. It's your class, nobody else's class. So look, you can't keep your knees on the floor because you feel uncomfortable. All you do instead, look, you bend forward. There's your forward bend. Okay? So obviously I'm not going to go through every movement, but I just want to give you some ideas. Okay, let me stand up. Okay, right, you're standing up, and I would say to people, okay, you're going to do 3 options, and option 1 would be, you might be with your knees bent. That would be the beginner option. Or if you've not done yoga before, you bend your knees, you fold your arms. Okay? Option 2, I would say, if you can touch the floor, touch the floor. Option 3, for more advanced people, you interlock your fingers behind your back. Okay, so they're just like a few examples. Okay, let me give you one more example. Obviously, throughout the class, I would always remind you, because remember the class about you, to be honest, I don't join in with the class. I'll demonstrate the movement maybe for about 3 times, and then I will give the instructions, because it's more better for you if the yoga instructor doesn't join in, but really give you more instructions. Okay, because that's what it's about. It's about giving you more instructions, because it's not my warehouse. I can have my warehouse anytime. It's your class, not my class. Okay, so I will give instructions throughout the class. But let's say we're doing a movement called a cobra. I will say to people, option 1, you stay on your forearms like this. Option 2, you can bend your arms, elbows in. Option 3, straighten the arms. Okay? So you see a way the class will give you different options. Okay? But the main thing I want to emphasize, that if you sign up for like a 40-minute class, first of all, you should be proud of yourself, because you took a new path in your life. You know, you took that step forward, haven't you? So number 1, be proud of yourself. There's never no disappointments in yoga. So for example, if you've done 10 minutes, that's great. If you've done 15 or 20 minutes, but you maybe, it's some movements you couldn't do, that's totally fine. Okay, so never be disappointed in yourself, be proud of yourself. Okay, so basically that's the main point. Don't feel you have to do the full class. Okay, sometimes you better to come into a class doing less than you think you can do. And that's something I always said, even going back a long time ago when I was teaching martial art classes, I always said to the students, do less than you think you can do. Because the worst thing anyone can do is to really push themselves into a position. Okay, think yoga, you're not like wrestling, so you're not trying to force yourself into anything, you work into your own level. Okay, so if anyone interested in yoga, don't be scared, you know, yoga available for everyone, so long as you're going to come to the class, You're going to be sensible. But I would say to anyone, before participating in any type of class, whether it's yoga, any activity, you need to make sure that you've been given permission to exercise. And that's really important. Because in some cases, exercise might not be the way forward for you at the moment. But if you have been given permission to exercise, yoga is an ideal exercise to take up. If you're unsure about if you can exercise or not, I would recommend to contact your doctor or a medical professional before participating in any type of exercise program. If you need more information, contact me. The Zoom classes take place on Monday, 10:30, 40-minute class, only works out £3.50, payable by bank transfer. The Facebook class offers a little bit more flexibility for busy people. The Facebook class is a pre-recorded class, and every week you will be entered into a different private Facebook group, and you can pick the class up in your time. Some people will do the class once a week, some people might do the class 2 or 3 times a week. Okay? Any information you need, feel free to contact me. But it's important before you even participate in one of my online classes to watch this little video first to give you some information. Okay everyone, I hope to see you all soon in training. Take care and speak to you soon.